So this is sort of the third act of the show, or the last part of the show. This obviously is a picture of me on my 40th birthday, or just thereabouts, at the Proust Room at the Ritz-Carlton Hotel in Paris. As I mentioned before, we had a big blowout weekend back in the halcyon days of '06, I believe. And it's interesting to me that this is a picture that my husband, Andrew, took of me in the Proust Room, and the painting that's directly across from this one is a picture that I took of him in the room, and so there's a lot of synchronicity here. But I love Proust. I've done paintings of him in the past, and it was a real treat to be able to stay in this room that was directly above the main dining room. And I guess Proust used to have all his meals there, and he would send all the food up, and he would have this sort of Algonquin circle in this space that really had a feeling and sort of an interesting spiritual quality that he was actually in the room. Now, the painting behind me is a recreation of a painting that's at the Musée d'Orsay of Proust, and I thought it was fun to paint a painting of the recreation of the painting that was the appropriation of the original. And like all these works, I try to listen to things that inspire me, and so I was really listening to the unabridged version of Remembrance of Things Past on audio CD when I was painting this picture. So it was really as if the ghost of Proust was coming alive and talking over my shoulder as I was painting this. But also, like Proust, I love to think about ideas of memories and nostalgia, and as Remembrance of Things Past starts out with him eating a madeleine, and having that invoke all these feelings and ideas. Hopefully this show, and also my life, in a way, is about making these pictures that are talismans, other feelings, ideas that hopefully permeate the pictures. Moving from the Proust painting, it's almost as if I turn around and I get married to Andrew. Andrew and I mentioned, have been together for 18, almost 19 years, but as soon as it was legal in California for us to get married, we got married that very first Sunday. We knew that there'd be a gate opening or a window opening that we could do this, and we wanted to do it right away before the gate closed. And of course, it's a little bittersweet, but we are grandfathered in, and hopefully America will continue to get smarter and make this legal again. But this also happened in our home, our cabin home, which was Andrew's grandfather's cabin in California. And we had my best friend Dan officiate the ceremony. And this is one of my earlier figurative abstract paintings that originally showed at a show curated by Klaus Curtis at Mary Boone in the background. So as all these paintings refer to art history and have other art paintings behind them, this is my own. In this scene where we pledge to love each other through eternity. And I was hoping that the background becomes somewhat blissed out and goes into other heavenly realms that hopefully, after we pass on, we'll still occupy together. After the marriage painting, it's almost as if they can't our hands out, and this was actually the home where this happened. We were getting married right behind this door. This is a picture from Andrew's photo that I asked him to take of our cabin, what it looks like currently. This is in Riverside County in the unincorporated town of Meadowbrook. You wouldn't know it, but all around here are trailer homes filled with retirees and crystal meth labs, and a guy who has too many cars right in front of here. But it really is our valley high. I would love this to be my Gironnier, and when I retire, or as Picasso says, you have to be really rich to live like a poor man, but hopefully I'll be able to one day be able to move out here and paint these wonderful flora and fauna that's in this garden home of ours. When we originally moved here, Andrew's mom was a landlord, but who never visited the house, and the people had thrown out 9 tons of garbage that was filled with this yard. We spent a lot of work getting it back in shape. It's still very, very humble. You might not know it from this picture, but this is just a very small, ramshackle home that was built in 1950, that was added to by Andrew's grandfather, and he spent his childhood coming here. And we planted over 200 trees and flowers, and it really is our valley high, our own little utopia, that I really want to bring about that feeling of otherworldliness to. I was listening to all the Roxy Music catalog, and I ended this with the Roxy Music album Avalon, and I really feel in some ways it's my Avalon, where I go to retreat and eat some apples, and hopefully revive myself. And I just love it here so much. This is the little tool shed that I use as my studio, and I love this window too, just because it almost feels like a cross, or feels like a pastoral place where you could come and recover, like a hospice or something. But I really try to capture the feeling of life and our attitude towards this wonderful place that we call our home, even though we mostly live in New York City. As this sort of is a little bit more personal, again, I wanted to bring it back to the universal, or it's almost as if the camera pans out and you see perhaps here even in this vision of America. I had a dream to paint this picture. I usually don't have that many dreams about painting specific things, and yet I had a very specific dream of painting a picture of America that looked a little bit like a jigsaw puzzle. And I woke up and instantly thought about this, and I remember that Jasper Johns painted his flag originally because he just had a dream to paint the flag, and it was such a good idea, and obviously Johnson is a very smart person, and came out to be an important picture. And so I didn't want to deny my dream. And obviously this relates a little bit to John's map. I searched the internet for a great painting of America from space, because I painted a picture of the Earth from astronauts' perspective, and also a painting of Jupiter. But truly the best painting, the best representation I could come up with was from Google Earth. I like to be known as an American artist, and hopefully this is sort of an embracement of America. Also, I think it's optimistic to think that our country still looks very green. Thank you very much for watching this video. I'm glad to take you on this little tour of my modern life. This is a show that began in October 15th, 2010. Will continue in November 13th, 2010. And it's wonderful to be able to show you this video that will hopefully last a little longer than that. Thanks very much.